Hello! Welcome to another episode of Eating with We Do. And today we have Bubble Tea Edition. Da-da-da. So today we have Melissa from Rosewood Hotel, Georgia. She is the venue coordinator, aka romance manager.
So I work for Rosewood Hotel, Georgia, and I am the romance manager. Of course, all things for wedding-related events. So that could be rehearsal dinners, of course, weddings, showers, and everything as well post the wedding. So I'm mostly there just to attend to all the couples' questions.
Anything romantic, I guess.
Anything that is very romantic, that's what I handle.
Amazing. Today, our main topic with Melissa is going to be venue coordinator versus wedding planner. So, wedding coordinator
over here,
venue coordinator, and wedding planner
over there.
So the difference between the two. The reason why is that actually we asked this question on our Instagram, and surprisingly, a lot of people don't know the difference between venue coordinator and wedding planner, like what's our job duty difference, I guess, and then like the detail outfit. We have asked on our Instagram what people think, their summary of the difference between venue coordinator and wedding planner. Okay, so I have a summary of 3 different ones, and you can let me know if you agree or disagree and why.
Okay, we'll do a little true-false.
Yes. So the first one is the coordinator does everything day of the wedding, and wedding planner manage all the vendors.
False.
Why?
Okay, so the wedding planner is there to assist from the start of the day all the way to the end of the day. So not just in the venue, but I'd say since the bride wakes up or even before she's waking up, the planner's already doing something. So the venue coordinator is focused solely on the hotel piece. Myself, a venue coordinator, I would work hand in hand with my banquet team and their staff to make everything happen, with our chefs to get the food ready. And we of course also work with the wedding planners. But I wouldn't say the venue coordinator does everything, although sometimes we do. But I think it's important to clarify that the wedding planner goes into deeper detail for a wedding planning than the venue coordinator. And I think maybe you can add as well to that. Yeah,
no, I agree. So basically the wedding planner is there from the moment, like you say, before the bride wakes up. We already started our day already. So from what time the makeup artist should arrive, starting, things like that, all these details, and the venue coordinator will be coordinating the on-site. So meaning the hotel side, food and beverage side.
Correct.
Okay, so second one, a venue coordinator's primary concern with the venue. They will work with the couple, have a list of supplier they will recommend. They may even order stuff for you from the supplier, but there will be a charge. Whereas a wedding planner works with a couple to plan the whole wedding from start to finish.
I'd say that's mostly true, if not completely true. Yeah, this person just nailed it with the description. I think they must be in the industry. They knew all the details really well.
So the third one we have right here is a wedding planner will come up with different ideas, theme, and put those forward to you, whereas a venue coordinator will work with what the venue already has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the venue coordinator. So I can speak for myself, and whenever we do have couples coming in and they've got questions, I will just answer probably even more of what they're asking. So I will certainly recommend setup layouts that I've seen before, where they would need to hire additional pipe and drape or additional flowers. So I do give them ideas, but I do always, again, recommend hiring a wedding planning company to assist them with that. I think it's very important to mention for the couple to consider a wedding planner I have many couples who think that they can take everything on themselves without realizing the level of detail and the amount of work, not just pre-wedding, but on the day of the wedding, and all the time that one task or multiple tasks requires. And I mean, the wedding doesn't even have to be that complex, but even just for the timeline itself, I would say everyone should consider a planner or a day of as a minimum.
Can you give an example of, because you have worked with couple who kind of DIY themselves, and you have worked with wedding planner and wedding coordinator as well. What is your take on this? And then what, maybe give us an example.
Yeah, so couples that tend to take it all on themselves will be very stressed on the day. Some of them will want to delegate to their wedding party or a family member or a friend who they trust fully and they believe they will do a great job being a day of coordinator. Often the case is that the friend doesn't really have the experience or it's hard as well as a friend to be like, quote unquote, like bossing your friend who's getting married around, saying, okay, now you need to do this and now you need to do that, and flowers. And it's just so much to take on if you're not experienced with arranging and managing weddings. These couples are often, you can just see on their face, they're like looking around, like, is everything like going well? Like, are we on time? Like, what's going on with this? They're more focused on the operation of their wedding than being the bride and the groom. On the other hand, you see the couples that hire planners or day of coordinators, and they're so relaxed. They're like, oh, okay, now it's photos, and they like flow very, very relaxed, like to the area, and hair and makeup, and now it's the entrance, and they're so at ease, and you can tell that they are in the moment and they are really enjoying their wedding, and it's also very nice to see that they've just developed like this really nice relationship with their planners. They're just fully trusting them on everything on the day. And I try and explain that to some couples that are a bit hesitant on hiring a planner. So what I do is I suggest to my couples to just go for a consultation, meet with a planner. If it's not for them, then that's fine. But to at least try, because on the day of their wedding, it'll be so much worth it than if they hadn't.
No, I think like, because I did a lot of consultation with couples, I had a couple who came in, just wanted to do decoration only, and with planning or coordination. And after I explained to them how much work it involved in a planning process and all the document that we need to do in order to communicate with different vendors to come up with a nice design plan, they will be like, okay, you know what? It's okay. we'll trust you can handle these. And so it's actually easier sometimes, is because, like, for example, the venue side and then the wedding planner, because we have worked together so many times, and then we know each other, like what's the best to fit within this venue and how can we make the space workable for the wedding. So it's a more direct and easier communication as well.
Yeah, exactly. And even if the wedding is not very complex with the setup, but maybe they have a big list of guests and they have a pre-selected menu, they still need to arrange all of these menu cards and get the answers from all the invitees, and just like the level of detail that goes into a wedding, it's beyond what they originally imagined. And I will always be very supportive of hiring a planner for a wedding specifically.
Well, I know you always go above and beyond for your couple.
Thank you.
From your perspective, you always do what you can do to help. So that's the best thing about you, is that you always think for your couple, regardless what happened. So, okay, we're gonna have a few Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
So we have 5 Q&As for you, and
Okay.
answer them in 1 sentences, if possible.
I'll try. I talk a lot, you know, I do, but I'll try.
All right. So the first one is, do you help your couples to book vendors?
Okay. So I do provide them with the preferred vendors list. That's
Okay.
1 sentence. Maybe I can do a second.
Okay.
And if they have specific needs, if I know of any planners that are mostly experienced with whatever they are mentioning, I will give them a few options tailored to their needs, so it is a good match for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, matching is very important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you work on their budget?
I do, on their food and beverage budget. So what I do is I present them a cost estimate sheet. So even if their food and beverage minimum is low because of the day they picked, and that is just the food and beverage minimum, it may be unrealistic depending on the number of guests, whether it's too low or too high. So I'll present them a cost estimate, including all taxes and gratuities, so they see where we are, and then we can work on that based on their budget for food and beverage.
For food and beverage only? Okay. And what is your main focus on the wedding day?
On the wedding day, my main focus is that everyone is okay. So I'll go and check on my vendors who usually arrive there first, and I'll just ask them if they've got everything they need from us. If there's anything missing, I will grab it for them. I make introductions with the banquet managers as well, so they've got proper communication with the team that they need. I will check on the couple as well. If they don't have any planners, that's where I will go first to check on the bride and the groom if they're around. And my main focus is just to oversee and make sure that everything is running as it should be running.
And then as for the setup detail, what the hotel set up and what the vendor will set up, like what would your side cover?
So our team will set up everything that is owned by the hotel. So any equipment that the couple chooses to use that the hotel owns, such as chairs, tables, linens, we will set up. If there is anything coming from a third party, such as a photo booth, or they've opted to choose chairs from outside, then these would need to be set up by the vendor themselves, and also they would need to be turned down as well by the vendor.
So, well, basically in summary, I would say that venue coordinator is really coordinating the venue, anything related to the venue. So including like the loading in, like helping them, assisting them at the loading time. But then your team will not be setting up for that part.
Correct.
Yeah. So the hotel or the venue will be mainly focusing on the things that's related to your venue in particular, and the food and beverage side of the taking care of the food and beverage. The team will be running the service, whereas the wedding planner is more so the private sector, that we work with the couple personally, and then we help them from selecting the vendors, booking different vendors, and then working on the detail more tailored towards what the couple is looking for. And then the theme, developing, the detail, even onto the guest experience, things like that. So that would be the planner part of it. And on the day off, the planner will be working closely with the hotel side to put the event together.
Yeah, and just something to add on that. It's important to make clear to the couple that we are also working together throughout the process.
Yes.
So as the venue coordinator, I would be working closely with, for example, yourself in arranging everything. And we sometimes will have in the thread the bride, yourself, and myself, just so we're all on the same page, so we're not missing any details. And we will all be as well together on the day of the wedding.
Yes. So we work closely together throughout the entire planning process, like
Exactly.
the floor plans, etc. And then a lot of the time, the wedding planner will be talking to the venue coordinator in terms of the food and beverage, the floor plan, anything related to the venue side, because you will be the one that have the best answer for us. But then
Exactly.
So that's why it's a great team when we know each other, and then we're able to work with each other, knowing what would be the best scenario and the best thing to be present to our couple and to the wedding itself.
Yeah. So we're just one big team.
Yeah, for sure. I think the entire vendor team is one big team together, and then it really, like you mentioned about matching. So matching from the venue to the planner to the vendor, even photo, video, etc. Everything has to be one big combo that we can all be together as a big team. Yeah, so I think it's really important that we match the right puzzles together. And then as a planner, that's what I like to do the most, is to match the right puzzles together and then make that day flow through.
Yeah, exactly. And something, you know, for the couples out there who may be watching, it's important that they also feel at ease when picking their planner and venue coordinator, because they need to remember that they will be in communication with this person or these team of people who they've chosen for maybe around a year for some of them. So it's really important, as you said, and as we keep mentioning, to have that right match and right connection. So yeah, we will be communicating so much throughout that 1 year or 9 months or however long it is that we all need to just, you know, feel a right connection between each other.
No, I totally agree. Do you have any other suggestion or advice for our couple?
Well, currently during these times, I'd say couples should keep calm and just stay informed with what's going on in the world right now. I'd say it's important to make a plan B. So whether that's, you know, picking a new date that's tentative, just like holding there, that will work for the venue, for themselves, and for the other vendors, would maybe help them be at ease a little better during these uncertain times. I've read a lot, you know, about couples being a bit worried that their guests won't understand or they will be upset, but I would just say that right now everyone understands. So to not worry about everyone else worrying, but you know, that should not be a worry if possible. I think they've got plenty to worry about already. I think it's okay for them to allow themselves to feel a little upset and sad and disappointed if they do have to shift their wedding date, but you know, to just be mindful and think that once the wedding does take place and this situation is behind them, they will be a stronger couple after experiencing this very unforeseen pandemic. And, you know, we will all get through this together.
No, I totally agree. We're in this together and we'll get through this together and we'll be
exactly
ever after. Have you finished your bubble tea yet?
I'm almost done.
You finished one?
Almost. This is so good. I'm trying not to drink it all at once. I've been missing bubble tea so much that I'm trying not to finish it all in one go.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was really fun, and yeah, it was lovely seeing you, even through camera, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Well, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.